What's up, fans? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another my bad guys. Welcome to another movie review, and today we'll be quickly covering a spoiler-free review of Final Destination Bloodlines, coming up right now, and I hope you guys enjoy the show. Alright guys, quiet on set. Scene 1, take 1. Action. Boom! Now, if you guys like this video, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you share with your friends, and also hit that bell for notifications because, well, it does help the channel a lot. And if you're new here, welcome. Sit down, relax, and enjoy the show. Final Destination Bloodlines has our main character, Stephanie, who basically, like, she's getting been nightmares about her grandmother, Iris, about a little flashback she had, and she tries to talk to her family about it and all that stuff, and, well, later she encounters her grandmother Iris, which, you know, it turns out to be true and all that stuff. And, well, her basically death is basically, you know, stalking her family. Basically anybody that, so because you guys, if you guys seen any of the Final Destination films, Iris saves a bunch of lives that day when they're supposed to die. So death, you know, is not only went after the family that survived, any family members that survived there, they're going after Stephanie's family. So yeah, that's why it's called, you know, Bloodlines, which, you know, it's kind of a clear way to bring back the franchise. So that is the plot synopsis of the film. Now let's get on to the review. Straightforward. I am not the biggest Final Destination fan. I mean, I like the franchise fine. I mean, but then again, I only seen the first three, especially since I really finally remember the third movie because I'm afraid of roller coasters. Yeah, I resonated with that movie a lot, and especially, you know, Mary Elizabeth Winstead is in the film. Love her, she's awesome. So I wasn't the biggest fan. I missed out on the 3D film. I missed out on the Final Destination. I missed out on so many of the Final Destination films. So I have a lot of catching up here. But then again, Final Destination Bloodlines, I'm happy to say that you don't really need to fully rely on the previous installments. Maybe, you know, maybe rely on just on the lore on the first Final Destination, you know, to get yourself a gist of what it is. So thankfully, you know, I do really enjoy the first Final Destination film. So overall, guys, my thoughts are, when I walked out of this film, because I've been hearing mixed things about it, honestly, but when I walked out of the film, I was like, you know what, it was okay. But the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, no, you know what? I fucking love this movie. This movie was a surprise to me, really, because as I was watching it, this is like when I initially thought it was just alright. But no, I was having so much fun watching this movie, guys. I gotta say here, for a near 2-hour film, this felt like an hour-long movie. The pacing is so fast-paced. Actually, I was so immersed with the movie. The story is actually pretty solid. It's a nice way for the whole bloodline thing where death is going after all these families actually, you know, that are supposed to die. Basically, like, all the children that the victims basically have, they're not supposed to be alive, which is really funny. So, of course, if you guys seen any of the Final Destination films, Dev has a sense of humor, and, well, he does all these brutal killings. But before I get to that, man, oh my god, yeah, the story is actually pretty solid. I love our main characters, man. I love our main character, Stephanie, and the brother-sister dynamic with her brother. I believe his name is Charlie, who he plays Junior in the Chucky series, which is really nice. I'm like, huh, what do I recognize that kid from? Oh yeah, Chucky. No, everybody does an amazing performance here, and I actually really like them. Even when they have like an asshole character and all that stuff, I mean, you in a way sympathize with them. There are moments where like when you see a tragedy happen, like, of course, a death happens, and, well, they actually get a chance to mourn about it. And you know what? The acting is very genuine. I like that a lot. I love the chemistry with his family and all that stuff. And Stephanie, she is an amazing lead actress. And speaking of performances, I gotta say this: Tony Todd, in his basically his final project, aside from Spider-Man 2 on the PS5, I gotta say it was extremely melancholy. I legit cried seeing him on when he just basically this is not much of a spoiler, but he kind of broke the fourth wall and basically looked at the fans, and not just Final Destination fans, just fans of his in general. How he just says, life is beautiful, live life to the fullest. You know, I'm gonna live life, I'm gonna live life to the fullest with all the time I got in the world. And I swear, I believe he looked really quick at the camera and he winked, and just the way he just the way he leaves a scene, I actually cried because I'm a huge fan of Tony Todd. He's actually an actor I idolize, and just seeing that scene, it really made me cry. And Tony Todd, he's great as always, guys. What an amazing send off to him. It's an amazing tribute, and it was very tastefully done. I think it was tastefully done. So yeah, performances for everybody, it is freaking amazing. The music's, you know, basic but pretty good, actually. The cinematography, I gotta say, since this was shot on IMAX cameras, they were able to get some more cool angles here. Oh my god, the camera work, it is phenomenal. Cinematography is so beautiful, guys. And now I'm gonna get to the nitty-gritty here, guys. The gore scenes are excellent. They are excellent, they are brutal, they are comical. And I love that this movie is now, it's because as much as I enjoyed the first three Final Destination films, I feel like at the same time they take themselves a bit too seriously to held back from their potential to have, like, you know, let's have a lot of fun with this. And man, they had a lot of fun with this, man. This movie is in a way self-aware. This movie has a sense, it's kind of like a horror comedy, and I love it because we have some of the best kills in not only Final Destination but in horror cinema history, man. This is amazing. Especially my favorite moment, of course, is the flashback scene, the 15 to 20 minute opening scene with the skyscraper. My god, it is amazing, man. And you're gonna be laughing at uncomfortable stuff to look at, but it is just so funny. It's just funny. I love all the kills and all that stuff, and it is just amazing. The kills really pay off. It has a classic build up, and it pays off, and they all, you know, you get those awesome kills, and it actually does have some repercussions here. Like, the family mourns after a crazy death, even though the deaths are really freaking crazy, man. They're so crazy cartoonish, and I love it. And the practical effects, the gore, it is just amazing. The kills are so creative. But here's the thing, this is gonna relate to some of my main problems with the film. I feel like the CGI, even though I know it's a low budget film, it's a CG, the CGI, I don't know. There's a kill where, like, you could have done it easily with the practical effect, and the CGI made it look a little, it took me out of it a bit. But then again, the more I thought about it, it's with the style and the tone of this movie, it works actually. It's cartoonish in a way, which is funny as hell. And some of the stuff is pretty predictable. Some of the deaths are a little predictable, especially when the death, especially how it's framed, you can really see a death coming in. But then again, that's just more like, yeah, that's more like more of my criticisms and nitpicks and all that stuff. But overall, guys, this film, I had a lot of fun with. I was surprised. As someone who, I'm not the biggest fan of the Final Destination films, this movie really surprised the hell out of me. So with that, I will give Final Destination Bloodlines a solid 4 out of 5. Yeah, I'm gonna pick up the 4K when it's available to pre-order. I'm gonna get the standard edition. Hopefully, you know what? Hopefully they'll release a box set or a steelbook box set of all the Final Destination films. I've been hearing rumors that, again, take this with a grain of salt. I've been hearing rumors that they're gonna do 4K restorations on the first 5 or 6 films. I forgot. I think this is the 6th film here. So yeah, I'm down. I'm game. Actually, right now, I am currently rewatching all the Final Destination films. So I'm rewatching the first 3 films that I knew as a kid. So that is really cool, and I actually get to watch the films that I missed out on. So yeah, guys, I'm game. You know what? I'm actually gonna do a nice spoiler review, retro reviews on all the films, and I'm gonna do a spoiler review of Bloodlines along with it. So yeah, just to make it more complete. So that is my review for Final Destination Bloodlines. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thank you guys so much for watching my video. So let me know down in the comment section down below. Have you guys seen Final Destination Bloodlines? What you guys think of it? I would love to know. Please let me know down in the comment section down below. I would love to hear your opinions on it. So this is Javi from JAVIWOOD Productions signing off, and I hope you guys enjoyed this show. And that's a wrap. Also, guys, real quick, all I gotta say is thank you, Tony Todd, for everything that you've done. Rest in peace, King.